Hey Pisces, welcome to your past, present, future reading. I'm actually going to start with a runes and just as a significator, and I'll read the description. I'm learning runes and I thought it would be a fun way to get us going here. All right, so Spirit, what do we have? I need a bigger bag. This is silly. All right. And we get this one. Now let's see what it says for Pisces. Okay, this is called Burkana, and it means birch, beginnings, birth, fertility, growth, creativity, outcomes, and it can be compared to the Empress. So some of you may be very fertile right now, or possibly finding out that you're pregnant, but let's see what it says. Burkana is the rune of creativity and fertility, giving birth to and nurturing children or creative projects. The Old Norse rune poem says that the birch tree has the greenest leaves of any shrub, while the Icelandic rune poem associates Burkana with leafy twig and little tree and fresh young shrub, hence the rune's meaning of fertility and growth. As the birch is also one of the first trees to come into leaf, it represents all spring has to offer: new life, vitality, and possibility. The rune also means protection. The birch tree was dedicated to Frigga, I'm sorry if I'm saying that wrong, the wife of Odin, and protector goddess of marriage, the home, and the family. She helps love to endure storms and bring peace. When Burkana arrives in a rune cast, relationships thrive and your projects beautifully unfold. Nice. Okay, well, let's see. And I'll just show you that one more time. And let's get started with the reading here. Spirit, what represents the past for Pisces? And we have the Five of Cups. What represents the present for Pisces? And we have the Lord of Swords, or the King of Swords. What represents the future for Pisces? And we have the Seven of Cups. Okay, let's see what the story is here. So the Five of Cups is talking about having gone through a lot of challenges and still grieving or mourning that loss. It's like a loss of love. It could be a loss of a loved one. It could definitely be the loss of a relationship, or, it can be the loss of a job. It's just grief in general. And this is not the earth-shattering grief per se, but it is about needing to heal. Okay, and that's where you're coming from the past. But we'll get clarification. So currently your energy is the Lord of Swords or the King of Swords. It could be that you're dealing with an air sign, but I feel like this is really an energy of, recognizing your own judgment in situations. Maybe your judgment of yourself, judgment of others. But it's also having that mental clarity of being very sure about, your next move, or guiding others because of being very sure about the path that's before you. In the future, we have the Seven of Cups. The Seven of Cups can definitely represent a lot of options being before you, not necessarily being able to recognize the right option, or, it can represent feeling disconnected from your intuition and not being able to rely on that connection to help you make decisions or, make heads or tails of your feelings. Um, so I feel like it also can be about recognizing fantasy and reality. And, that is a perspective thing. So I feel like all of these things are about perspective. So let's see how we can clarify this for Pisces. Why is the Five of Cups here for Pisces? And we have the Three of Pentacles or Three of Discs. And this is really, it could definitely be talking about work or the work that was put in to heal from that, from whatever this loss was. But I also get this because, this is the mystical dream tarot. So I feel like when you're seeing like fish and stuff, I really still go back to that fertility. And so this almost looks like, that egg that is, forming into life here. It's creating life, this cup here. And so I feel like some of you may have been, working through fertility issues, and now it's like coming up positive in a sense. Why is the Lord of Swords here? And this is obviously not for everybody, but let's see. Oh, card went flying here. What is it? Okay, so this is the Crown, and this is like the World card in this deck. And it's talking about completion and embodiment, right? So literally creating and then there being life to something. So this may be just for one person, for several of you, but I definitely feel like this is saying like you have created life here. And this could be creating your own new life for yourself, or creating a life, a baby. And this is what could be causing, some like stress or emotional kind of chaos. Is like, okay, what do we do now, right? So why is the Seven of Cups here for Pisces? And we get the Eight of Wands, and this is a shift. This is talking about motion. This could be talking about, positive communication, positive movement forward. So I feel like in the future shows that you will hit some confusion as to how to move forward, but you will be guided. Just rely on your, intuition, and allow that need for growth, that whether it's growth in your own life or the growth of, an actual child that you're carrying, let that guide you in a sense. Like, what's best for that growth? What is best for you and for that child moving forward? So that is the message that came through there. Feels very specific toward a specific person that is going through challenges not due to a pregnancy, in relation to a pregnancy. But again, that's not for everybody. So let's get a spirit messages to close this out. Spirit, what guidance do we have for Pisces? What guidance do we have for Pisces? And we get a child's love. The love between a parent and child is one of the most precious and deep connections we make during our time on earth. Children start out as part of us, and from their first cries, they establish themselves as the biggest part of our hearts. And that's exactly what I'm getting, is like, it's almost like recognizing that whatever's best for that child is what's best moving forward. And that can definitely be true when you're pregnant, and it's like responding naturally, intuitively to what that child needs, and aligning yourself with that, because you are their source for life, right? So yeah, that is definitely the message that came through very strong and clear. And I'm trying to think of other ways to apply it to others, and I can't. This is just the message that came through, so it may not be for everybody. But I do appreciate you watching. Thank you so much. And remember that the universe has your back, and so do I. Take care.